No one remembers old Marcus Garvey. Well, we do. Welcome to Black History Month. Speaking for the New Thought Media Network, Rodney Giddens, founding minister, senior minister for One Love Center for Spiritual Living. And yes, we remember Marcus Mosiah Garvey, born August 17th, 1887, in Jamaica. Marcus Garvey attended school in Jamaica till he was 14 years old. He then went to Kingston, Jamaica to work in a print shop. And there he was an apprentice. And there he also joined the labor union and found himself representing the union, standing up for them, for their print tradesmen while in Kingston. And this is the work that would set the stage for his activism later in life. Garvey spent time also in Central America, where he had relatives, and this was before moving to London in 1912, where he attended the University of London's Birkbeck College, where he studied law and philosophy. He also worked for a Pan-Africanism newspaper and led debates at Speaker's Corner in Hyde Park, London, a famous spot in the city for public discourse and debate. Even today, after 2 years in London, where he received an education he most certainly would not have received in the United States because of the color of his skin, Garvey returned to Jamaica, and it was during this time that he started the Universal Negro Improvement Association. He's more known for his efforts in the United States and specifically New York City. Garvey also began corresponding with Booker T. Washington, the Black American leader, author, and activist who was actually born into slavery. However, Booker T. Washington died before he and Marcus Garvey could create a school for people of African descent. He ended up settling in New York City, and he first spoke at the St. Mark's Church in Manhattan. And this was before embarking on his 38-city speaking tour. He also took on work at a print shop in New York City to make ends meet. Marcus Garvey then moved to Harlem in 1916, and this is where he began publishing the Negro World newspaper. And so it was also at this point where he founded the U.S. chapter of the Universal Negro Improvement Association. And so it was just very important that he had all of these beginnings taking place for the activism yet to come. He also realized that this organization and the many people who joined, and he claimed to have about 2 to 4 million people who actually joined, that they sought to establish independent Black states around the world, notably in Liberia on the west coast of Africa. The organization was dedicated to racial pride, economic self-sufficiency, and the formation of independent Black nation in Africa. He established his first U.S. chapter, Universal Negro Improvement Association, in New York, in Harlem, during the Renaissance, the Harlem Renaissance, as well as during the Great Migration. So he therefore had a lot of people who were very interested in what he had to say when it came to improving the situation. So a lot of his quotes were very impactful for people who had not heard anything like this previously. He then, under the auspices of the United Negro Improvement Association, bought the ship that would soon carry people back to Africa, or at least that was one of the plans, was to create a shipping company called the Black Star Line, and there he actually bought two other ships. However, he had gathered a lot of attention from the FBI, and actually J. Edgar Hoover, who was new to the FBI, hired a black man to infiltrate and create havoc, actually, and sabotage Marcus Garvey's work, which unfortunately he did successfully. However, many of Marcus Garvey's lectures would express his views on the rights of African Americans by remarking, the first dying that is to be done by the black man in the future will be done to make himself free. And then, when we're finished, if we have any charity to bestow, we may die for the white man, but as for me, I think I have stopped dying for him. And that was his way of saying, I don't want to go to war for anyone else unless it's for myself. And he gathered a lot of attention. As it says here, the ends you serve that are selfish will take you no further than yourself. But the ends you serve that are for all in common will take you into eternity. And Marcus Garvey had so many other vibrant quotes, and some of which I will show here. I think this is a really important one. It says, do not remove the kinks from your hair. Remove them from your brain. And I think also another very important one is, let us not try to be the best or worst of others, but let us make the effort to be the best of ourselves. And I think once we take a deeper look at Marcus Garvey, it seemed at first that he was a failure, but he did unite a lot of people. And he really made an effort to establish a consciousness of unity among people who had been marginalized and oppressed for so long. So one more song that you may have heard that is so instrumental in many of us understanding who and what we are. None but us can free our mind. Free your mind and the rest will follow. We give thanks and remember and honor Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Peace and blessings.